Hello students, this is Supriya Mogle, Assistant Professor at Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, and I am here to discuss about a topic which is included in the directing, that is principles of management, and the topic is communication. Okay, so in this video we are going to learn what is communication, what are the types of communication. So let's start. So meaning, okay, many of you think that communication means just, talking to each other, but it has a broad meaning where we transfer the information, we understand what others are saying and understand one another, we share the ideas, the views, that is called communication. So it requires excellent listening skills. You should listen first and then react to that, or if you are saying someone to others, you are sharing your views, your ideas to others, the other person should listen it carefully, then only he will understand that concept and then will be considered as a great communication. So definition: Kit Davis and John Newstrom says that communication is the transfer of information and understanding from one person to another person. It is a way of reaching others by transmitting ideas, facts, thoughts, feelings and values. So when we communicate with each other, we share our information, we share anything and understanding by other person. So here we are going to transmit ideas, facts, views, thoughts, feelings and values. So this is called communication. So this is the diagram of two-way communication process. Okay, so the process of communication, there are two persons in the communication. Means for communication it should have at least two people. So one is sender and other is receiver. The whole process is between sender and the receiver. So sender sends the information to receiver. So first of all, what he does, sender sender that is developing an idea. So first step in the two-way communication process is to develop an idea, that is the sender wants to transmit to the receiver. If there is no message to send to all the other steps will be no use. Okay, so first very important fact is developing an idea, what you want to transmit. Okay, then encoding means the idea which is developed should be converted into suitable words. Now developing idea means you are thinking about anything and how you are going to share that what is going in your mind or in your head. So here you have to encode that idea, you have to convert it into suitable words or charts or any other symbols which is understood by the receiver. So encoding is concerned with determining the method of transmission of message, for example letter or maybe a phone call. Then transmitting, in this step the message is transmitted by the method chosen such as letter or phone call or personal visit maybe. And while transmitting the message, the sender has to be careful about the timing. For example, a worker may decide that today may not be right day to ask a manager about a leave or about a festival advance. Okay, and further the sender has to decide whether to send a message through a proper channel or a bypass channel. For example, worker may communicate his problem with the manager through the foreman. Okay, through his supervisor, he may contact the manager directly. So he can share his problem to the first supervisor or directly to the manager. The sender should also try to keep the communication channel free of barriers or interference, otherwise the message will not be reached, like receiver, so may not attract his attention though. So transmitting here, transmitted by the method chosen such as letter, phone call or personal visit. Then Next is receiving. The message transmitted should be received by the receiver. Then only it has some use. Okay. Receiving the message is a skill and requires full attention, the concentration on the part of the receiver. So in case of oral message, the receiver should listen it carefully. As I have told you, the receiver should have excellent listening skills. Okay. If a message is not received properly, then you are failed. Okay, means it is lost. For example, manager's phone call is not received properly by the salesman, the message is lost. So this is called receiving. Next is decoding. Okay, decoding means the step is concerned with the decoding message so that it can be understood. Okay, when you encode the words, when you encode your ideas into the words, it should be decoded, means it should be understood by the receiver. The receiver expects the sender to understand the message exactly what you want to say. Okay, for example, I want a leave, and suppose I am not mentioning the reason or mentioning why you want leave, or what you want actually, leave or anything. So if a receiver or my boss is not getting what you want to explain in that letter, then your message is lost, there is no use. Then accepting or rejecting in the message is the next step in the process. It is the receiver who decide to accept the message or to reject the message. Okay, so acceptance of message depends on the number of factors as a authority and credibility of the sender and the attitudes of the receiver. So whether he is going to accept or reject, it is depend on that receiver. Then using the this step is required the receiver to use information given in the message. The receiver may perform the task directed by the communicator. So it is for the receiver to ignore the message or to do the task as directed. So here he is going to use it is depend on him that how he is going to use that message, accept or reject. And then if accepting, what is to be done with that. Okay, so it ultimately goes to the receiver. So this is called a process of communication. Then types of business communication. There are three major types of communication. First is formal networks, then grapevine, it is also called as informal networks, and computer aided communication. So we will study one by one. First is formal network. Now formal network means there are various types you can see in the pictures. Formal communication networks are there, means who is going to report whom or who is going to talk with whom in the organization. First is chain. Okay, so it you can see here A B C D E E, they are sequentially arranged in a chain. That means suppose top management person is going to tell something to the CEO, then CEO will share his views to the manager. Manager will top management to the CEO, then to the manager. Manager will tell to the departmental heads, and departmental will tell to the supervisors or employees. So this is called formal network and chain formal network. Then will means suppose these are the departmental heads and all are going to report to one person, one centralized person. Then circular means suppose a person, that is departmental head one or HR person, is going to first communicate with the finance person, then finance person will communicate with the production person, then production persons will communicate with marketing person, marketing person will communicate with IT sector, and again IT sector will communicate with the HR person. So this is circular way you are going to report or you are going to communicate with one another. Then free flow means anyone can freely communicate with anyone. Okay, so any person maybe top executive, top management person will directly communicate with the supervisor or with the employees or workers, or worker may talk with directly to the management. So free flow is there. Then inverted v means these are, suppose worker is going to first talk with the supervisor, and supervisor will talk with the top management. Or suppose the worker can directly talk with the top management, he can skip this level, that is called inverted v. These are the types of formal communication network. Okay, so you should know these types in it is important for your MCQs. Then next is grapevine, or it is also called as informal communication. So what is informal? Opposite to formal. Okay, opposite to formal, it may need some gossiping, it may need some rumors, it may have some face-to-face interaction, telephonic, oral communication, etc. So it exists outside the formal communication system in the organization, and it is not controlled by the management. Okay, any worker, any employees can say anything to other employees. Maybe they are right, maybe they are wrong information, and the management cannot control these type of communication. So carried on through the means of face to face interaction, telephone, handwritten or type notes, will be included in the grapevine. So most of the messages, okay, most of the messages given from these lines are incorrect and confusing, and it gave the birth to rumors. Okay, it may have some rumors, it may have some incorrect information, and it is again informal communication. The next is computer aided or electronic communication. That means any communication which is done through computer aided devices, or through electronic devices. Like the revolution in the field of electronics and the information technology has led to resolution in the communication field. So today's organizations are making more use of electronic communication. As you know, we don't call directly, we first send a mail, or in you are very much aware, in this COVID pandemic situation, everything is running online. Okay, everything is the meetings are held on conferences, video conferences, intranet or internet. There are various applications, Google Meet or Zoom. On that we are going to have exams also we are conducting online. So this is also one type of communication with the persons, with other persons, through email, through video conferencing or internet, etc. So that is called computer aided or electronic communication. So types of communication, first is downward communication. You can see here, downward communication. Downward means it is you know this flow is there from up to down, that is called downward communication. Means suppose he is a top executive, he is going to share his views or his decision to the departmental heads, and departmental heads will communicate with the workers. Okay, so workers cannot directly communicate with the manager, he has to communicate with the supervisor first. This is called upward, means this flow is from down to up. Okay, but here first workers have to communicate with the departmental heads or their supervisors, and then supervisor will communicate with his boss, that is managers or departmental heads, and departmental head will again report to the top management, etc. So that is called downward and upward. Then next is lateral communication. Lateral means flat communication. Okay, flat communication means suppose there are managers of various departments, marketing management, finance management, or production management. They are communicating with each other. Okay, so this is called lateral communication. Then diagonal communication. What is diagonal communication? See, here is a top management and there are three types of manager, maybe marketing management, finance management, and HR manager. So here one manager is having employees. For example, he is a marketing management and there are some person working under him, like salesperson, advertising management, or distribution channel management, etc. And one person from that department is going to communicate with other departments management, maybe to the HR manager. So a person who is advertising manager, who is working under marketing department but communicating with the HR manager, that is called diagonal communication. So these are some types of organization. Easy, these are easy, from diagrams you can understood it. Okay, so here I have completed this topic communication and we have seen types of communication. You can read this very easy, from the diagram you can understood. There will be some examples, there will be asked some types of communication in the MCQ, so kindly read that. Okay, and if you have any concern regarding it, you can comment me in the comment section. Okay, thank you.